Greetings, everyone. This is Payman Lozi, host, your friend, your coach. Today, we're kicking off day four. Wow, I'm losing track of days. Day four of the August class for the 5-day live profitable podcast launch challenge for the month of August. And this is a class for Canada and the US and Australia. Well, here it comes. And today, we're kicking off all about tech. Today is tech day. So let me share my screen.
Hey fellas,
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
good morning. It's actually good evening here.
Well, it's always good
Hi.
morning somewhere. I'm just joking.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay.
I know. How are you doing today?
Great. Okay, good.
Good, awesome. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yep, I'm good.
All right, so today we're going to talk about the
Hey Kim, I didn't see you.
Hey
a
there, you.
What's up? What's up?
yeah, good. So today we're going to look at all things tech, and we're going to be literally launching a podcast and YouTube channel and creating your cover art and assets live here. So today it's all about tech, as I said. We're going to be creating your podcast assets, formatting your podcast and naming it the right way, creating a YouTube channel, changing your podcast cover. Sorry, not changing, creating your podcast cover art, thumbnails, and all the good stuff, as well as looking at recording and editing your show. So that's the menu for today. Before we start, any questions about anything we've done yesterday or anything so far?
No, I missed yesterday, so I can catch up
Yes,
real quick.
yesterday was very powerful because yesterday was all about crafting your iTicket offer. Everything builds from the previous day.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So as I mentioned on day one, we can launch a profitable podcast in 3 easy steps. Step one is foundation, which is what we did the first 3 days. Step two is the tech and equipment, which is what we're doing tonight. And step three, which is launching and monetizing at the right way, which is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be money day. So excited for that. It's going to be a fun day. So here's the foundation, a very nutshell, very easy step-by-step summarized. Number one, we covered that on Monday. Why do you want to start a podcast? And then what's the message you're trying to convey to your podcast and all that good stuff? And who are you trying to serve at the highest level? Basically, who's your avatar? We covered that. And then today, the tech one is going to be about the foundation of your podcast, such as choosing the right name and type of name for your podcast. I will show you there's multiple ways to do so. The proper length and format for your podcast. And all of these are very key strategic decisions. There's no guesswork involved. It's all very logical, as I will show you today. And then last but definitely not least, how to get not just guests, but high quality guests, ultimately getting your ideal prospect. Ultimately, we're going to be simply interviewing our prospects. As simple as that. This is what I've been doing, and this is the best way to monetize your podcast the right way. Um, any questions so far?
Nope.
All right, let's rock and roll. Let's keep going. So now, as far as equipments, so there's many facets of that, not just the actual hardware, but also the environment, which is very important, as well as the equipment, the computer, the microphone, accessories, tech specs, and all that. And we're gonna talk about that. So first of all, the microphone. Do you currently raise your hand if you already have a microphone? Cam, do you have a microphone? Okay, no problem. So the microphone you see on the right, that's the one I started my journey exactly 5 years, well, more than 5 years ago, in February and March of 2020. This is the Samsung 2QU handheld dynamic USB microphone. I bought it back then for about 85 Canadian, 63 US. Now, with inflation, it's probably over $100, but it's still at a very solid starting microphone. When it comes to microphones, there's two things I highly recommend you to watch out for. First, number one, make sure it's a USB microphone. So all you have to do is just plug it into your computer. You don't have to get one of those amplifier, which can be costly and with a very big, not very, but a pretty solid learning curve. Whereas USB, you just plug it into your computer or your laptop and you're good to go. Like for example, let me unplug it and show. See this? This goes to the side of my laptop. And that's it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is make sure when the microphone you get, ideally get a microphone that is a podcasting set. and even more so one that comes with a stand, just like you see the one here on the screen, and the one I have here on my microphone here, a stand. This is a more expensive one. I bought it for $300 last year. You don't have to get this one. What I love about this one is that I can play my phone, the music to the max right next to it, and you will not hear it. And gives me amazing quality, sound quality. But you don't have to spend that much money starting out, because the one I show you here, about $100, that one took me from 0 to over 200 episodes for the first 2.5 years. It's very solid. So go on Amazon, if look for this one, Samsung 2QU, and make sure you get the podcasting pack. As far as the accessories, when you go on Amazon, for example, you'll see a sea of accessories. What I recommend is don't even bother with any of them. The only accessory you need is what is called a pop screen filter. It's basically a piece of cloth you put on top. For me, is this. But for you, just a piece of cloth that you just put on top of your. Oh, here. Wait. This is my old microphone, if you can see it. This one I got it in Malaysia at an electronics shop. This is the pop screen filter, this piece of cloth. Do you see that? So what this is good for is, especially if you speak close to it, some sound like it makes it look like not really good, but this protects it. It stops it. So again, this is the only accessory I recommend you get, but most proper good microphones come with it automatically. And if it doesn't come, this is very inexpensive, less than $5 on Amazon. Okay. So other than that, any questions so far about accessories and microphones?
Yeah, actually, I have one because I have two kinds that I use. Have you ever heard? This is the one that I use for almost everything, especially for that.
This is good.
Yes, the Rode Go 2. I use that.
Yes, I have those too. These are amazing for when you do outside interviews. These are amazing for outsides. You just put it here on your collar, for example, or anywhere, and it's good. These are incredible, yes. But if you get those, make sure you get those that are actually really good. The really goods are about $200-$300.
Yes, exactly. Actually, really, that's what I paid.
Good,
So
good, good.
I have that, and what else I have? Yeah. So I use these most of the time. I use it also for my presentation. So yeah. So it works still well for your podcast and YouTube. It works
Yes,
well.
absolutely. So these that I have with that thing that comes with it, you just plug it either on your phone here, for example, if you can see it, or you can just plug it to the side of your computer. But I use those especially when I'm outside, when I do interviews outside with people. But I prefer for my podcast to be sitting at my desk and I have a proper microphone like this.
Yes. Yes. So yep, exactly. Oh, yeah,
Perfect.
yep,
Perfect.
and this is my other one that I use for like backups. Like sometimes the role to have some type of update, and then it's not working for a little while,
Yeah.
and then I go and use my Shure one. The
Sure
Shure.
is amazing. Yes, that's an amazing brand. Yes.
Yes. So it's the MV88 video kit.
Anything with Shure or Rode, you're golden. Yes. These are the two
Yep.
top brands in podcasting microphones. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Okay.
Awesome. So you know how to plug them, how to make them work?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. How about you, Kim? You have a microphone?
Yeah, Greg's got a full setup in his room because when we canceled the radio show, our full intention was to start right away doing interview
Okay.
stuff. But I do have to say, I've watched a lot of different people talking about it, and starting where you're at, right? Like some people just start with their cell phones or
That's it.
whatever. Like just start.
Absolutely. Whose phone is ringing? Is it mine or yours? Okay.
Not mine.
Okay.
Um,
So yes, you can start with what you have. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can even start hack just with your phone. I actually met a guy, very successful YouTuber from Canada. First in Canada, then in Malaysia and Vietnam. He built a YouTube channel of almost 200,000 followers and is still doing it using a cell phone.
Yeah.
He doesn't even use a laptop. And the guy has a big YouTube channel, over almost 200,000, 160, 80,000 followers. By now, it's probably
Yeah.
200,000. He's making money. but he's just been, he's just using his phone.
Yeah.
So he takes the recordings. He even does the editing on his phone. So you can start with literally where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, Cam, get this microphone. It's less than $100 on
Yeah.
Amazon, Canadian,
Thank
and
you.
you're golden. You're welcome. I'll send the link to. Well, I'll send the name I'll share it. Sorry, in the WhatsApp group, and just copy it on Amazon and look it up. Awesome. Any questions? All right, let's move on. So now recording. The first piece of advice I can give you before recording, and that's something you probably know very well, Kim, is always, always, always test, test, test to make sure everything is plugged in properly. Because I can tell you, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Even for me, after 5 years and 400 episodes, oops, quite a few times, I had not plugged in my microphone, or the microphone was not selected, or whatever. So, yes, that happens. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So always before recording, test, test, test that everything is properly connected. Make sure you're in a quiet room, and yeah, test everything, because just like I said earlier, clarity is the name of the game. But when it comes to actual tech, testing is the name of the game. Always test, test, test. Now, as far as whether you should have a list of questions, I say no, no, and yes. So what I do, the last thing you want is to have your episode be like an interrogation. Instead, you want a conversation. So what I do is I have a conversation. The first question I ask, so for example, hey, Cam, tell us, for people who don't know you, who's Cam as a man and as a human being? Kim, who's Kim as a woman, as a human being? And that's the first question I asked with you when we did our podcast yesterday, Solomon. The first question was, who's Solomon as a man, a human being? And then take it from there. Just like a normal conversation. Or you can say, hey, what's your story? But I do
Mm-hmm.
have a structure. So my structure, you went to it yesterday, Solomon. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday,
It
right?
was yesterday.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm losing my mind. Anyways, so losing track of time, rather, not my mind. Thank God. Too early for that. So again, there's a structure. What's your story? What's your background? What's your business? What's your impact?
Mm-hmm.
And I do have questions for each one. But again, if you guys want a series of questions, I can provide those for you. But ultimately, choose the ones that make sense for you, for your audience, and what you're trying to get to your podcast. But ultimately, one of the first thing I always say is never speak from a script. Don't even speak from here, but speak from here. Speak from the heart. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you speak from the heart, that's when the magic happens. That's when people really open up to you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, editing and uploading. Have you guys done any editing of videos and audios before?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I haven't. Greg has, but I've never done it.
Hey, why don't you invite Greg? You keep mentioning him. Come on, Greg, come join us.
I know. I'm trying to text him to bring me a glass of water.
Oh, I thought you would say a glass of wine. If he has a wine, say give him one too,
Well,
man.
yeah, that would be nice too.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Too early for wine. Okay, save the wine for tomorrow night. Okay. Anyways, so editing is not complicated. Yes, there's a learning curve, but it's very easy. And again, YouTube is your best friend. I was far, far, far from being a techie, but I learned what I had to learn through YouTube. And the best advice I can give you when it comes to learning anything on YouTube is this: don't just watch a video passively. That's the worst thing you can do. Because if you watch even a 10-minute video, you're going to waste an hour. Instead, watch, pause, do, resume. Just step by step along with the video. This way, a 10-minute video will take you 20 minutes as opposed to wasting 1, 2 hours. Say, what? Did they miss a step? Because you will miss a step. So that's the best way to learn it. Again, what system are you guys using? Raise your hand if you're using a Mac. PC? Okay, PC. Okay, so for PC, I'm not familiar. The last time I used PC was back in 2012.
Sorry, I don't have a PC. I've got a laptop.
Okay, what is it? Is it Windows or is it Mac?
Windows.
Okay, so what I'm saying, so PC, I say, yeah. So the Windows, I'm not really familiar with it. I haven't used it in over 13 years. But again, inside the computer, you should have a video editing software. I believe it's called Windows Video Maker. So check your computer, see what video editing is already pre-installed. For me as a Mac user, it's I love iMovie. I do all my editing with iMovie, and I barely do. Again, as I mentioned before, in over 400 episodes, I can count now on two hands the number of times I had to do editing. I only do editing when the guest asks me to remove something. I don't do it for two purposes. One, because I want to keep it as organic, as natural as possible. And second, because, hey, let's face it, let's be real. I don't want to create extra work for myself.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Hey, let's be honest. I live in paradise by the beach. I want to be on the beach, not in front of a computer 24/7.
Yeah.
So again, now as far as headphones, is it something I cover? Yeah, headphones. When I first heard my podcast, initially I was using my big bulky Beats, but then because my podcasts were pretty long, about an hour and a half to 2 hours, they were getting tiring. But then I started switching to my AirPods, and then realized, wait a second, I don't even need that. As long as you have a computer that is less than 3 to 5 years, you have all the specs, audio file that you need inside already pre-installed. Like for example, I don't use any headphones. When we did a podcast yesterday, Solomon, I didn't use the headphones. So again, the only time you would want to use the headphone is when you're doing interviews in person. Like if you go to an actual podcasting studio. In that case, yes, it will be an incredible experience. Something I recommend each of you to experience at least once. Go to an actual podcasting studio with headphones. Oh, you really feel the sound, especially if you get those really good headphones. Oh, it's a different experience. Seriously. And so, but you don't need that. You don't have to worry about that. So now the next line, once you've done your episode, especially on YouTube, you need to add a few certain things to make them look more professional, more polished, such as, for example, adding a show notes, adding this episode summary, timestamps, and so on and so forth. Do you guys know what timestamps are? Like, for example, like a table of content on minute 235, we talk about his background. Minute 355, we talk about his business, and so on and so forth. Just like when you go on a bookstore, you look at the table of content to see what's going to be in the book. Same thing for the table of content. Table of content, I highly recommend having it because it's going to allow your guests to really know what's in it. And also, timestamps, they rank very high on Google as far as SEOs are concerned. Do you guys know how to create timestamps?
Yes, it's from the YouTube
Yeah.
studio.
Yes. Do you know how to do that, Cam? I'll show you guys quickly.
No.
So let me quickly stop the sharing here. Give me 1 second. Go on my YouTube channel. Okay, here. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
It's my YouTube channel. So here, the last video I released. Okay. Okay, so last episode I released, episode 403. Our episode, Solomon, is going to be episode 405.
Okay.
So here you have my studio. So you have the title here. YouTube gives you up to 100 characters. So I use as much of that as I can. And then here you have a box for description. Here you can use up to 5,000 words. Sorry, no, 5,000 characters. So what I do here, I put an introduction and then summary, and then at the end, the contact information for the guest, and at the bottom, timestamp. So to create the timestamp is very simple. You always start with 0, 0. Wait, 0, 0. Always start with 0, 0. Intro. And then let's say 3:45, you have whatever background. I'm just making these up, okay? And whatever. So it's very easy to create that, Cam. Do you see that?
Yep.
And then you save it, and when you click on the link, it's gonna show it to you. Like, okay, let me erase that. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, so let's. Oh, another thing that I recommend you guys have. Once you've started doing a lot of videos, I recommend you create playlists. I have a few for people I've had more than once, like Kristen Lester, Trevor Gordon, Catherine Cooper, and so on and so forth. I created an actual playlist for them. It's going to make it easier for them to find their episode, also for me to put them. Another thing I recommend, if you go further down, show more, you have a box with tags. It's like SEOs, keywords. And again, YouTube gives you up to 500 characters. I use as many of those as I can. And I populate them with relevant keywords, keywords for me, for them, and for in general for my business. So these are things that you can do to make your episode more polished, as well as creating a cover art. And that's something I'm going to show you in a moment. All good so far?
Mm-hmm.
Cam, clear as mud?
Yep.
Okay, it's very easy. And if you need any help, YouTube is your best friend. Just go on YouTube and search how to create timestamps for a YouTube video. Usually when I look for something on YouTube, I always add two things. For example, how to create timestamps in 2025. Because usually you will get videos from 3, 4, 5 years ago, and things may have changed. And also, I look for the shortest video. I don't want to spend 20 minutes just to learn how to do video stamps. And I always, when I play a video, I put it times 2, the speed, and I put the caption, so I can really also read at the same time. Are you guys following me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let me stop the sharing here and get back to our slides here. 1 second. Okay, there we go. Here. Do you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yes, Cam. Sorry, yes, Kim. What's up?
My laptop died, so I had to hurry up and switch to my cell phone. So I don't see all of you guys, but I can see you. So is that
Okay.
what
No
I'm
worries.
here anyway?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Just make sure if you miss anything to watch a replay.
Yeah.
Because I covered some important things. Okay. So again, editing is not hard. It's very easy once you know how to do it. But again, YouTube is your best friend. YouTube is the biggest university in the world, and it's free. All right. Again, as I mentioned, and over 400 episodes in 5 years, I can count on 2 hands by now the number of times I've done any editing. And for me as a Mac user, I've been using iMovie on my laptop. And for you guys as Windows users, see which video editing software is installed on your computer. And once you know which one is it, just go on YouTube. Hey, how do I edit video on Windows using this program? It's very easy. You just invest maybe an hour this weekend, and you will learn all about editing. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as far as hosting, so once you have your podcast, and by hosting, I mean audio, because your videos will be hosted on YouTube. But for audio, that's where we have a lot more options available. For example, the hosting is first of all it's going to be where your episodes will be housed. This is going to be the home of your podcast, so to speak. You will need a host because the host will generate an RSS feed. It's a technical word that you don't even need to know what it means. All you need is that it's going to give you like a link, like a code that you put on your podcast at your homepage on your hosting, and from there you're going to propagate this into all the other platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, and so on and so forth. Again, it's not complicated. I will share that with you after how to do that. Actually, I will share with you guys inside the academy. I have 1 day where I go in detail, screenshot after screenshot, videos from the actual platforms, how to do that. Even though it's from within the Paid Academy, I will gladly share that with you guys to further help you. So I will, if you're interested, raise your hand and I will share that with you guys this weekend. Okay, good. Okay, I'll do that. As far as hosting, yes, there's a lot of options available. Just go on Google and search hosting options for your podcast. The one I've been using is called Podbean, because that's the one that is the easiest for me. It has unlimited bandwidth, and this is important. If your episodes are over 30 minutes, you will need a lot of space, because Podbean does have a free option, but the free option has a limit of 800 MB per month. And if your episodes are over 30 minutes with just 2 episodes, you're gonna fly through that. I use the paid version. The paid version I pay, I believe, $15 a month, and it gives me unlimited bandwidth. All right, cool. Now, once you've selected your hosting, then you will just sign up to your. Wow, this guy's going fast. Damn, be careful. Anyways, once you signed up on your for a hosting, just log into your dashboard, and then after that, you simply upload the audio version files from your computer to your dashboard, and then after that, you just select which platform, and it's gonna go. But first, you will need to apply to those platforms like iTunes, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and TuneIn. And this is the video I'll be sharing with you guys this weekend that's going to walk you through step by step how to do that. So that's way beyond the scope of this call, but I will share with you an actual video, in length video, showing you exactly how to do that. All right. Now, the last step, it's all about launching a podcast the right way so you get leads on demand and get clients. And that's something we're going to be doing tomorrow. But before you launch, here's some actions I recommend you to do. Before you go live, highly recommend that you have at least. I have another Kim coming in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back on my laptop, so I'll hang my cell phone up as soon as I get on.
All right, no worries.
Yeah, Greg's helping me here.
Okay. All right. So as I said, I highly recommend you have at least 10 episodes recorded before you go, make it official that your podcast is live. Please mute yourself on the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, mute it. Okay, so the reason I recommend you have at least 10 episodes for two reasons. One, when people are looking to explore new podcasts, they will binge listen and binge watch. And you want to give them as much content as possible so they can really get to know you. And also because if you once you start reaching out to people you don't know, the first thing they will do is to check you out. If they see you have less than 10 episodes, not interested. Because if you have less than 10 episodes, they will see that you may not be committed, not reliable, they don't want to waste their time with someone that is not serious. But the more episodes you have, the more it's going to show to them, hey, this person is actually committed. They've been doing the work. They're consistent because they don't want to waste their time. So that's very important to have at least 10 episodes. Next line. Next thing I recommend is also do a social media campaign to promote your podcast. What I recommend by that is go on other podcasts, do joint ventures, tell everyone you know, your friends, family, your hairstyler, your personal trainer, and everyone that you come across with, the pizza delivery guy, anyone you know. Let them know. I even seen some people put stickers on their cars, make a T-shirt, make a hat about the podcast. Again, that's really up to you. I don't do that, but some people, hey, if they want to, especially if your business is more local, more like in person, like especially for you, Cam, if you want to do your podcast around your soaps, then it might make sense to maybe not put a sticker on your car, but get a T-shirt, for example, or a hat or something like that. That way, when you go out and about, people say, what's that? And you just tell them, and that's free marketing for you, free advertising. All right. So again, I also recommend you have a website so that you can start collecting emails. Your email list is going to be the biggest asset you will have for your business. That's a given for any business. Also, as I mentioned, do cross promotions and joint ventures with other audiences. So again, connect with each other in this container. Also inside the Facebook group, we have over 319 people. Don't be shy. Reach out to them. Just make an introduction. Tell them, hey, my name is Kim. My name is Solomon. I'm Cam. This is what I do. Anyone in this line, in this industry, let's connect. And people will, if they see there's a connection, they will answer and they will reach out and go into other Facebook groups and do the same. Another powerful thing you can do that not many people do is to create a press release. A press release is one of the best things you can do for your business, for your podcast, or anything worthwhile that you're doing. For example, for you, Cam, for your line of soaps, that would be an amazing thing to do. And the best way to learn how to do a press release, again, YouTube, Google, and ChatGPT. Literally, I had in the last class of my academy, I had my students go on ChatGPT and have ChatGPT to create a press release for them. And when you do a press release, just look out for go on Google and search all of the email addresses for all of the journalists locally to you, not the ones in the big networks, but the smaller ones. Because when you're starting out, that's when you want to get at least on one, and then once you're on one, then you snowball that to bigger and bigger. So spend some time this weekend. Look for local journalists in your area, for the local paper, local radio station, local TV station, local web magazine, web TV, whatever in your area. And then send them your press release. In this case, yes, it's a numbers game, but all you need is just one or two to say yes. And when those guys say yes to you, and then you go on your website, all those signs that say "as seen on," you put that on your website. That's going to give you extra credibility, social proof, and then you do that. What I recommend is to do at least once a month. But I've seen some of the bigger podcasts who have a team around them. They do even one press release per episode. I'm not saying you should start there, but at least one a month, or at the very least one to about the launch of your upcoming podcast. Or if you're working on a book, on a talk, a new program, a new line for your soaps, especially for those would be things that the local media around you would be craving for. The local media always desperate to showcase local people doing remarkable things. And you're launching a podcast, doing a talk, a book, launching a new line of your soap. That's amazing content for them. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
We used to do press releases years ago, and we added every single politician in the area because they want to tell their constituents what the hell they're doing, where they're at. And it's a great way to attract even a bigger audience.
Absolutely. So I'm glad that you already have experience with press release. Honestly, it's not rocket science. YouTube, Google to learn about them, and simply go on ChatGPT, even the free version. Tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing. Create for me a winning, inspiring press release. And of course, don't take the final version. Make your tweaks to make it more human. And just email that. Spend an hour or two this weekend. Look for all of the journalists in your area and just blast them your press release. Does it make sense?
Yes.
This is very powerful, guys. Seriously. This will put your business on the map. Even more so if you're local business, for example, for you, Cam, and also for you, Solomon, that can literally put your brand on the map.
Yes. I'm writing that down right now.
All right. Awesome. And also go on a podcast store, go on other podcasts, and so on and so forth. Now let's move on. Let's talk about the format for your podcast. So there's different options available. The first one is obviously the solo, where only you are speaking, where you tell a story, you provide knowledge, you share your tips, and you also sometimes can provide updates about your industry and so on and so forth. Or you can have a co-host with someone else, two people. That's something I don't really recommend because just like a marriage, when you choose a co-host, there's a lot of things that you have to be careful on. You need to have an actual contract as to what are responsibilities, duties of each person. And once you start generating revenue, who owns what? Who owns the right to the content, all that. So I don't recommend starting with a co-host, but if you do your research, be careful. The roundtable is when you have multiple people, like more than 3 or 4, talking about a specific topic. That's very straightforward. My favorite is the interviews, where you simply interview a guest each episode. Now, if you're in a place that you need to generate money like ASAP, nothing beats interviews, especially if you do it the way I'm teaching you. You simply invite your prospect. You interview your prospect. That's the best way to build that trust. If you're selling anything over $1,000, interviewing a prospect is by far the best way to do so. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is a narrative. That applies mostly to people who are selling books and stories. I don't think that applies to interviewing here. but if it does, do some research. So let's hear it. Of those different formats available, which one is the one that makes the most sense for you? Just 1 or 2 words. Cam?
Interview.
Our interviews. Okay, perfect. Cam?
I like interviews and roundtable.
Beautiful. What about you, Solomon?
Yeah, I would say definitely interviews and solo.
Okay. Solos can be good. So here's what I've seen from some of the most successful, not only my students, but other bigger podcasters. They have a mix. Let's say you do 5 episodes a week. You can do 3 interviews, 1 solo, and 1 roundtable. Like once a week, once a month, you can host a special event, special episode where you bring other experts and you talk about a specific topic that's relevant for your business, or even if something in the news happened and you want to bring other experts and you can talk about that. Okay? Everybody smile for the camera?
Yeah.
Take a picture? Okay. But don't worry, I'll share with you guys the slides after the call, okay? All right. Any questions so far? Straightforward, right?
Yes.
All right, next is what's the best way for us to name our podcast, our show? And that's a very key strategic decision. So there's different types of names available for your show. The first one is a catchy name. For example, the Sharkpreneur Podcast, Global from Asia. These are very successful podcasts. Then you have a keyword based. Let's say, for example, the Parenting Junkie Show, the Chiropractic Philanthropist, the Male Nurse, or the happy attorney, for example. These are where you find on the keyword exactly tells you what this podcast is about and for who is it. And then you have the obvious one, your name, like the Joe Rogan Experience, the Tim Ferriss Show, the Cam Francois Experience, or the Solomon Pratt Experience, or show, or the Kim Experience. So your name, very straightforward. Then you have the brand. Like, for example, my podcast is named with my brand, Leaders with a Heart. The Passionate Few, a fabulous podcast I recommend all of you guys to check. This guy, he interviews some of the biggest names out there, like multi-millions and billionaires. And then you have one word. If you're lucky to have been able to snatch a one-word domain, then you're sitting on a gold mine, like Capitalism. It's a very successful podcast on e-commerce, Unchained. But again, if that applies to you, more power. If not, no worries. So when you look at these, which type of naming applies the most to you? Or speaks the most to you, rather?
Well, I branded my name and my website and my radio show were all Wellness with Kim. Would I just stick with the same?
I love that. That's a beautiful name. Make sure it's available. Make sure .com is available.
Yes, I own that. Yeah.
And make sure that you have that name across the major social media, like especially Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and whatever other platform is going to be relevant for you and your avatar. Because the last thing you want is for you to spend all this time, effort, money building your business, and for someone else to own one of those big platforms, because you will be basically building their business.
True. Yeah.
What about you, Solomon? Which one applies the most to you?
I would say I'm mainly catchy. Let's see.
So what name comes to mind? Share with us.
Actually, I just came up with one a few days ago. Just a little bit of sugar.
Oh, I like that.
Yes, so it's that though, and it says also where I tell women the truth to help them achieve their goals. I have like a stronger part, but it's really just a little bit of sugar, because I realize that the women a lot of times they need just a little bit of sugar so they can take the truth, that kind of truth about their health and fitness.
I love that. I love that. I love that. What about you, Camilo?
I'm kind of liking the word experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your name plus experience.
I did a bunch of workshops a year ago for an insurance company, and that's what they coined it, the Cam Franzoy experience. Like, and they love
Perfect.
it.
Make sure that make sure the .com is available. Grab it. It's like $10 a year. If you go online, you can find those coupons. We can literally get it for 99 cents for the first year, especially on a platform like namecheap.com. Just go online and search for a coupon codes for a domain for Namecheap. They usually have one for the first time. They will give you one for 99 cents for a year, literally. And after it's going to be what, 10, 15, $20, but it's worth it.
Yeah, we used GoDaddy. Do you use GoDaddy at all?
I use them, but I prefer Namecheap because Namecheap includes the privacy for free.
Oh, cool. Okay.
GoDaddy charges you an extra. It's not much, an extra $15 a year to protect your privacy, your name, your address, and all that.
Okay.
That's the last time you want to be available online.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, here's an example of my cover art for my podcast. It's long due for an uplift. I created this 5 years ago. Are you guys familiar with Canva?
Yeah.
Very easy. So you just go on Canva, whether you have the pro or the free. If you can get the pro is amazing, worth every penny. But if not, that's fine. You can just search for podcast templates, and you just put your information. You choose one, and it's very easy. Same thing for the YouTube thumbnails, for your Facebook page cover, your LinkedIn cover, and all that good stuff. You can create all of them on Canva. Since you guys are familiar, I'm sure that we don't need to spend much time on that, right?
Right.
All right, cool. Now, do you guys all already have your YouTube channel?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so to
No.
create a YouTube, what I recommend, Cam, is very easy. The first thing you need is to have a Gmail account that's going to be exclusively used for your YouTube channel. So go on Gmail after this call tonight or tomorrow and create a separate email account with Gmail. YouTube and Google, Google owns YouTube, so you need to have a Gmail account. So create a specific email account just for your YouTube channel. Do not use one that you already use. So once you've created a separate Gmail account, with that email account, go on YouTube and then just look for the option that says create a channel. And you just follow the instructions. You just fill up your information, and it's very easy step by step.
Oh yeah, Lorenzo. Can I tell you the
Please.
full name of the? Here it is. So the podcast. The full name is it's a just enough sugar. So this is for women who are tired of lying to themselves and they're ready to level up.
Love that. That's brilliant. Beautiful. Beautiful. Stupendous.
Thank you.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. Awesome. So again, Kim, do you have your YouTube channel?
Greg and I do together. It's under our other business names
Okay.
of Gaia Wellness, but mine will be separate.
Okay. So again, to create a separate YouTube channel, just as I mentioned to Cam, create a separate Gmail email account. Do not use one that you're already using. Create a separate one. And then with that email account, go on YouTube and simply look for start to create a new YouTube channel and just follow the steps. Just fill up your information. It's going to take you 2-3 minutes and you'll be done. Very easy. All right.
Okay.
So now, what I invite you guys now for next week is book a call with me. I'll share my, most of you guys already have my Calendly. If you don't, let me know. I'll send you my Calendly. Book a call with me next week so we can further brainstorm how we can implement these and have you leverage podcasting for your business. All right. Here's my Calendly. It's going to be in the on the slides. Do you all have my Calendly?
Yes.
Okay. Kim, you have it.
I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I'll shoot it in the WhatsApp group tonight and just take it from there. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's it for today. Any questions?
Great show. Thank you so much. Great
Awesome.
training.
Very welcome.
Yeah,
Very straightforward.
good.
Very straightforward. Because you guys are smart cookies, so we don't need to spend time on how to create a template on Canva. You guys know that. And if you don't, again, YouTube is your best friend.
Yeah.
And even within Canva, they have tutorials. It's very easy. It's literally plug and play. So
Brown sugar, Solomon. Brown sugar. I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
ah,
Yes. Sir. Oh yeah, brown sugar. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
so here's a sneak peek into tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be all about money, how to monetize your podcast the right way. So we're going to be looking at where does your ideal listeners and prospect and clients hang out the most. And then we're going to be mapping out your first 10, 20, 100, and 1,000 episodes and beyond. And then looking at how putting it all together so you can get leads on demand through your own profit podcast and get your first client in as little as 30 days from the moment you launch your podcast. I've had people from the previous challenges by just implementing what I've been teaching them, they've got leads and real high quality leads. One of the students from the US class and the June class, she got 200 leads over the 4th of July weekend.
Ooh, wee.
200 leads, yes. And
That's
there were
our top
people that were
line.
just, literally begging her. Yes, yes, yes. So again, this works. This is fire. But again, just like the saying, I can take you to the water, but I cannot drink for you. You guys need to implement it.
Mm-hmm.
So any questions?
No, it's all good.
You guys are smart cookies. I love you guys. You guys are amazing students.
Yes.
So, anyways, I'm gonna post the replays tomorrow morning if it's okay with you guys. I have to jump to go for a dinner now, but
Yeah.
I'll put my Calendly in the WhatsApp chat as well as the slides. The video I'll put it tomorrow morning, but I'll put the slides. So any questions? We have the WhatsApp group, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Tomorrow is gonna be fireworks.
Perfect.
All
Yes.
about the money.
Awesome.
Have a
Money,
fantastic
money,
evening, guys. Take care, brothers and
All right.
sisters. Take care.
All right.
Cheers. Bye
Take care, everybody.
All right, y'all. Bye.
bye.